What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Booth Podcast, episode 65. I'm your host, Dominic. With me is my co-host,
Ken.
And this is the podcast where we talk about life, love, and the deep things you don't talk about with anyone else. So, today's topic, we're talking about...
Well, actually, before we get into that, because we already announced it,
Right.
check out our TV show
Ooh.
that, it's called the Booth Pod, I believe.
Tell
We just it's just kind of sudden, but first episode's already been out. I'm pretty sure the second one, by the time this goes up, the second one's already been aired, I believe. If not, then it might be up in a couple hours. But make sure you guys go check us out because that's a whole different experience. It's basically the podcast, but on TV.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is.
Yeah, the quality is insane.
The production, everything.
Yes. Everything was on a whole different level, I think. And, we should at one point talk about it, but, I guess not yet.
I mean, hope you guys, it's not a one-time thing. It's literally, the first episode, but it's like a whole season.
Yeah, it is a season of things. So, maybe when the dust has settled, we'll talk more about it.
Yeah, when season 1 is over, it's like, all right, let's talk about it.
It's so weird to think about when season 1 is over.
Because, we're also doing this as literally, we're literally doing this, too. It's still weird.
We're doing this more for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we still want to be able to provide you guys with whatever you guys want to hear and whatever advice you want to get and all this other stuff. So,
but thinking back on that, it's like a whole recap of the year.
Yeah.
It's like we had that big major thing. That was probably one of the biggest things that happened to us this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. But this episode, it's just basically a recap of our 2022 year as not only the booth, but us as individuals as well.
Yeah.
Because we both have you guys know that trend on TikTok right now, the whole era trend. Oh, this is my, what is it? My glow up trend, my gym era, sorry.
My gym era, my club era.
Oh shit. I forgot.
My club era.
I can't forget about the club.
Stuff like that.
But yeah, actually, so where do you want to start? With us or with the booth?
I would like to start with just the era that I guess me and Ken go on together, as a duo. Because as much as I want to hear about our personal stuff.
Yeah.
In a bit later. I think it's good to recap the things that we've been able to do because as you guys know, if you guys have been following for the podcast for the past years, that we only really started to take it seriously this year.
Yeah, compared to last year, it was just
or the year before.
Or the year before. We were posting, don't get us wrong, but it wasn't as consistent. It wasn't as structured, and we didn't have this.
We didn't have
any of this shit
set up there.
And what I just pointed out for all the Spotify or all
listeners.
The audio listeners is literally that we have a shelf now, our cabinet of shelves or whatever you want to call it.
Just things that we feel represent us in a way. Yeah, and we have a little homage for Sarah still.
Actually, speaking of the shelf, that's actually how we started off the year.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, because I was looking through probably a couple of minutes before we did this. I was looking through my photos to see okay, what's a recap of my year. So basically, for the booth, we started out as I started beginning. The beginning. We started off with the folding table.
Ah, yes,
right?
The fold-out table, yes.
That's how the booth started. I'll show you guys this film picture that we have. That's literally the first episode, and you can see, literally, it shows me and Dom in our seats with the painting.
Yes.
And your broken laptop.
Yeah,
with the little broken laptop. Edge screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's essentially how we started out, and now it's beginning of 2022. We went to IKEA. We have a little vlog. The process. Yes.
Episode 1.
It was a process number 1. Make sure you guys go check it out. To link in the bio or link in the description.
Just see the beginning of how we started out, I guess. Yeah, and you get a glimpse of our friendship too, which is really fun.
But yeah, that started off. We started off 2022 with literally IKEA.
IKEA, yeah.
Yeah.
IKEA was how we started, and then we got onto the podcast topics that we did too were, I think, a step in the right direction.
Yeah, because that was the time when February rolled out. It's let's talk about love. Let's get a little more serious with it,
Yeah, because before it was just I want to just talk about this. This is the one thing I want to talk about. Instead of what is everyone really feeling? What can I really speak about? Because I think, I don't want to talk about YouTube or content creating I'm some expert or anything. But if I'm not wrong, it's a tip to kind of speak on topics that you would have some sort of experience on.
Yeah.
And not come off as an expert, but come off as a guide.
Yeah.
And like that's where people can resonate with you and like kind of be like, oh wow, that's enough for me to believe in whatever you have to say.
Yeah.
So that's what we kind of went on about. Is like, okay, this TikTok is blowing up. This is what we're gonna talk about, and then
like
we
literally
touch
just
on it.
For tips for like content creation. Like I know we're still small, but I guess because we're still starting to take it more seriously, we've kind of been noticing. Like small tip, whatever is relevant, like towards your niche, like speak upon that. Like literally the whole era thing, like what I just told you guys earlier.
Yeah.
The reason why we're also talking about that is because like we want to do a recap, and a lot of people are recapping the year based on the eras of like they've had in 2022.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that's kind of like how we kind of go about it. Like for those of you that wonder, because we don't want to. It's not that I don't want to gatekeep, but it's like I also do want to help out the people who want to pursue other shit or pursue some of the shit that they've always wanted to do. And I know a lot of people, they tend to gatekeep their stuff, like, oh, this is the trick, but it's just surface level stuff, and they never go more in depth. Right? It's like nah. There's more to that. It's like I want to help people. Because like I had struggle trying to find all this stuff, but now we've figured it out on our own.
Figured it out.
A couple mistakes.
Still a lot more to figure out. Too.
Yeah,
like
100%.
We're not gonna say we're experts again. Like,
but yeah,
we don't do that.
But yeah,
the podcast era. How would you describe the year of the podcast?
Oh shit!
Because I remember the first month being so like, it was so different.
Mm-hmm.
There was a different vibe, different energy to just like making the videos.
Yeah.
And then when we started putting it on TikTok and seeing like slowly the community form, I remember like being, because I was still in school at the time. So I was like, editing stuff for my school, but then I would also edit stuff for the podcast because I was doing the highlights of the first like 2 episodes, I guess.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like, dude, this is different. Like it felt like really like a new start for us. And I remember sitting, I was sitting in my ex's condo. And I remember thinking like, this is gonna be different. Like this is gonna turn out really, really good for us. I don't know, like it's not happening yet, but I can feel it.
Yeah.
Did you ever have those feelings when we were like slowly starting?
I mean,
sorry, wait, hold on. I forget what I'm talking about. Ken is the type of guy, when I remember mentioning this, he's like, what do you mean? I already know. I called it. Yes. Right?
To reiterate what he said, I knew for a fact that we'd have a good year, right?
Right.
Because what happened was like, I'm gonna tell you guys a story of like why I got so pumped for the year. Basically, our friend Kyle, right? Shout out to Kyle. He took us out to the kickback event, right? That's where it started off like my whole like drive, right? I was talking to this one dude named Jordan, and basically he told me like he has an agency, and like I was inspired by the things he does because you and Kyle, you were talking to the photographers, videographers. I was kind of like alone, just like roaming around. I'm like, oh, whatever. Let me just enjoy this art. Right. Let me enjoy the shoes. Right. But then some guy came along. He talked to me, and we're just getting along because we talked about marketing. Right. And he told me like, so, I told him, I have a podcast. Eventually, I want to do a couple other things outside of it. Right. Based on the podcast. And he told me, oh, so. And basically, I told him it's just a podcast, but he reiterated the words in a better way. I think he said, oh, so you have an advertising agency. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, no. Your platform can be used for a lot of things. And it kind of opened my eyes. Like, it can. It really can.
Yeah.
Right? And not only that, I know you said it too, like many times as well. Like every time it brings it up, it reminds me of that one interaction. And basically, that guy, he just like inspired me. Like, he's really young, right? I haven't met too many young entrepreneurs like who actually make a good fuck ton of money. Right. And I'm not saying I'm driven by money, but I'm just saying like it was just inspiring knowing that you can be making that much at such a young age.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
So I talked to him, and his story was great. It's like, the Raptors event where when they won the parade, they won the chip, and there was like an event where you can see the trophy. I pitched that to the Raptors, and I got paid. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow. I'm
like, shit. But yeah, and then he told me like and we stayed connected, and he told me about the bunch of opportunities there can be just on a podcast. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So then from then on, like I was like lit, like literally had a spark in me. We're like, nah, 2022 will be a good fucking year. We're gonna make it, right? I don't care what the numbers are. All I know is that it's gonna be a good year, and I don't know what it entails, but I know it's gonna be something great for us.
Yeah. What would you say is your favorite moment of the podcast thus far?
Favorite moment?
Yeah.
On camera?
On camera, just in behind the scenes. Like, what is your favorite moment?
Honestly, okay. My favorite moment on camera for the podcast. I mean, actually, I'll start off camera. my favorite moment for off camera on the podcast would probably be like the IKEA vlog.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Just because like, yeah, it was just like the momentum we had.
Oh,
right. It's like, yo, we're actually doing this shit. We're spending a good amount of money.
I would say a good humble beginnings.
Yeah, a good humble beginning.
You know,
right? Like money wise, and it was just like, damn, I have not invested this much into something I truly believe in.
Right.
Right. And it's like, okay, yo, it's just money. We'll make it back eventually, which we're steadily getting there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was probably one of my favorite parts, like investing in ourselves.
Right.
And it's like the IKEA shit was fun.
Yeah.
Just being there, it's like, hey, we're vlogging at the same time, but it's like, it was just fun being there. I remember farting on Janelle's face or something like that, or farting in the room.
Yeah,
he was in. Yeah, and just like, it was just unhinged.
Yeah,
you know.
I kind of wish, what's it called, like that I had my driver's license then.
Right, me too.
Because then it would feel like such adulting. Like we would drive there ourselves. Like not like my mom drive.
Yeah,
that's right.
But yeah, what was your favorite part about the podcast off camera?
Off camera, ooh, my favorite moment off camera was probably just like every moment that, because obviously we don't share everything with you guys on the podcast, so I'm gonna share a little glimpse of it. But every time that me and Ken kind of like talked about what's not working or what is working, it really shows our resilience as a team, as a duo, that I think like most teams, like just dynasties, kind of like forget to like it's a thing that is very brushed off.
Yeah, like overshadowed.
It's overshadowed. Yeah, like obviously the success is the best part about it, but I think our resilience to, oh, this is not working, we should do this, or oh, you're slacking in this, can we start working better on this? Like anytime that me and Ken have like been down and got back up this whole year shows me that like me and him as a duo have been like, it works for a reason, right? And like there's a reason why it doesn't work with a lot of other people that we've tried to work with. Yeah, it's why like me and Ken really have our back, like have each other's backs. So,
and it helps that he's down the road from me.
Yeah, I'm what?
You're down the road from me.
Oh, like we're pretty close to each other.
Yeah, so it's like, all right,
right.
Because I mean, like if you were probably like, if I was in Scarborough or something.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
it's not as motivated to come.
Yeah, it's like, but because you're there, it's like I kind of have no. It's not that I have no excuse, but it's like he's just down there. It's like it's whatever to me.
I have no reason to not do it.
Yeah. You know, it helps to have your best friend like relatively close to you. Yeah. You know, literally walking distance.
But no, I think my favorite moment on camera though, really, I don't know if you'd think I would say this, but my favorite moment on camera was the moment that we both kind of cried in the Father's Day.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd say that.
Yeah,
because
it was a very like it was the most transparent, most vulnerable that me and Ken have ever been on camera. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
Obviously, like me and him have off camera like moments where we're like, damn, like we're really like great best friends. But that on camera moment of just me and him like sharing that, and like it did well. Like, like, you know, like people really saw through it.
Like sorry. Go.
Yeah, no, people saw through it in terms of like the TikToks and stuff, and they saw our friendship. So yeah.
Honestly, for that episode, it was probably like one of the only, if not the only episode where I didn't expect something. It's like I don't care if people see this or not. I just want to like talk about it.
Yeah,
right. It's like if I cry, I honestly the whole thing. Before going to him, like I'm not gonna cry. Fuck, I'm not gonna be a bitch. Sorry, guys.
I already knew I was gonna cry.
I had a feeling at least 3/4 would cry. I didn't think I'd be one of the three. I thought maybe Ian might just a slither of a tear.
I was very surprised Ian did not cry. If I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. But anyways, that was also one of my favorite moments. But I would say on camera, it's probably J Cell's.
I knew it. I knew it. As soon as I thought about it too, I'm like, dude, it's gonna be J Cell. Yeah.
Because I mean, okay, J Cell, if you're watching it, we do need to have you back, bro, for like another topic.
Yeah, dude.
Right, but honestly, having J Cell on the podcast was like one of just the funniest episodes ever.
Yeah.
Like, correct me if I'm not. We were enjoying it like so much.
I've never like. I mean, respectfully to all our guests, I love all of you guys.
Yeah.
But J Cell was the funniest guest, and the most enjoyable guest we've ever had.
Dude, it was just having him on was just fucking. There was jokes everywhere, and if you guys go back to that episode, I'll link it down there.
The energy,
it was just the energy, the authenticity, and it's just we can easily relate because it's gym content. Everyone knows about gym content, right? If you go to the gym, and it was just like
it's just three bros, honestly.
Literally, like this. Like if I were to put it into like a small like scenario, think of that episode. To me, that episode was like, all right, that's the PS4 group chat, but very filtered.
Right? Gamer chat.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like, dude. I feel like I'm with the boys
in a lobby about to fucking hop on MW,
like ready to fucking like murder these kids.
Yeah, okay, flip that.
Dude, honestly, that's probably one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah, J-Sub, bro. I'm a DM you after this.
Yeah, there's so much fun stuff that the podcast has also brought us to. Like, we have so many fun things that have happened. Like, we had a new co-host,
Sarah,
for a season.
What's up?
What's up, Sarah?
You're in Korea right now, but I don't know when this is up. If you're gonna be somewhere else,
in the Philippines by then.
Probably in the Philippines. Enjoy it. You know.
What else has happened?
Like in the podcast,
we went to a lot of creator events, too, some networking events, which that was really fun.
Oh, that's kind of how we started too. Yeah, that's how we got like two of our guests.
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah. So it was a shout out to Jasmine and Raf.
Yeah.
Like I think Raf was actually technically our first guest. Yeah, he was our first guest of 2022.
Yeah.
That was nice because we talked about representation.
Yeah,
how representation is very important in like your own culture, because if you don't see any of it anywhere, you feel like you're only limited to like a certain amount of opportunity. Like this is like if I see Filipinos, I just think nursing, right? But because we have Manny Pacquiao, we have Zach Teboldo, Olivia Rodrigo, Vanessa Hudgens, like we can surpass like the expectation of being a nurse.
Yeah, we have blueprints.
Literally,
different blueprints to like guide us through whatever other career that we have. Aspire towards,
and like not even that, but also like in terms of like in Toronto as well, I've been noticing this a lot more. Right. I've been noticing a lot more like Asian, like not just Filipino, but Asian cultures like emerging in Toronto in terms of like fashion, creatives, design, everything. Right. Yeah. Like a couple of creatives that I know is like Daniela Toronto, Gloria Allen, Personal Identity, some DJs that I remember was probably like she was by Mad LVC, I believe. Photographers too. EJ, Ravik.
Yes.
Shout out to them. I literally all these people I like a list, man. Shout out to like all these like Asian artists, right? Just Asian people in general are emerging in Toronto, and I fucking love it. I'm here for it because not even that, but also we have podcasts. Jumpers Jump. Shout out to them. Right? Yeah. Like Filipinos, like your face is pretty much everywhere, and
JB always fresh.
Oh yeah, JB always fresh too. Like a lot of Filipinos are emerging, bro, and we want to contribute to that as well. Yeah, we're relatively small right now, but it's the fact that we're also doing it for our culture, not just doing it for like ourselves.
Right. It's a lot bigger than ourselves.
Yeah. Like I didn't realize that till I had a conversation with my friend last night. We were talking about representation. He's like, he told me, I didn't think you knew anything about representation. I'm like, what makes you say that? Well, I don't know. It's just, you always seem like just the guy who's always engaged with like just social media, just like fashion, everything. Like, but I've learned to represent, but through that, I opened my eyes a little more like, oh shit. That's when I saw more creatives or just came to mind, right? But yeah, it's like every single Toronto creative Asian artist out there. Shout out to you guys. You guys are emerging. I can see it. And Asians in general, you guys are creating a massive ass opportunity for yourselves everywhere in the world, right? Think of BTS, one of the biggest fucking groups in the world
right now. Asian. Yeah, if not the biggest group right
exactly.
now. Yeah,
and like what was it? A lot of people are diving more into Asian films. Like, was it
Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Yeah. Asians are getting more
recognition.
Yeah, and it's about time.
Squid Games was this year.
Yeah, like a lot of people.
Was that this year?
Last year.
Oh, the end of last year.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, Asians, you guys are doing amazing. Not to say that other cultures aren't. You guys are doing amazing as well, right? We're just speaking on our cultures because like we've also felt the same as you did, and now we're seeing our like upbringing in a sense.
People,
yeah, and it's great.
It's cool. We get to I'd like to think. Shout out to like all those creators that you said, because now there's more of a blueprint for the next generation. Like I don't think even before that I was as inspired before until like even now that we're doing it, I could see like slowly like my brother's like, oh wow, like I want to be like Kuya because he's just trying other things. He asked me one time, he's like, oh like, why do you do so much? I'm like, because you got to try other things to see what works and what doesn't, so
literally.
I don't want to use this word because I know it's wrong.
Cancelled.
No, as in like technic, because it's not like I don't want to boost our egos or anything, But would you say technically we had a micro influencer era?
I mean, we're still doing that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like it was.
I would say so because I mean, like, we are labeled as micro influencers because we do have a small following, but it's like we have fans as well. So technically, we are micro influencers, and yeah, I'm enjoying it because honestly, it's not that I didn't expect it, but it's like we're well on our way.
Right, because I don't know if like, it's funny because I told you, right, like it's weird to think that, yeah, we have a podcast, yeah, we have a small following, but like, you wouldn't think you'd get recognized outside.
Honestly, I kind of don't want to sometimes.
I don't
know how to engage in this conversation.
I don't want to, but like I do. Like I like engaging with all our quote unquote fans.
Yeah.
But also I'm like, wow, like these people basically know a lot about us, and we know nothing about them.
I know.
So I'm like, how do I like talk about you, because like I know insider info. Like, you know what I mean?
Basically.
Right. So yeah, but that's fun. I think our little micro influencer era was kind of fun because we did a lot of photo shoots for like branding. Oh, the Project U era. Oh yeah, we did that together.
Oh wait, let me ask you this: what was it like getting recognized for your first time? Like, how did you feel?
You know what's funny is, you know what the first time I got recognized was?
What?
It was at the club.
I swear it was at the gym.
No.
I swear it was at the gym. Some person asked you for advice.
No, that was your friend.
No, but you were at the gym. You still got recognized.
But it was your friend, so it didn't really count as being recognized because, like, he was your friend. But by a complete stranger who I didn't really know, we got recognized by Tracy.
Oh, shout out Tracy.
Shout out to Tracy. She recognized me at the club, and I was like, really? Out of all places that I could have been recognized, it had to be at the club. So that was the one time I got recognized. Oh, I think also at
another club.
That did also happen. That did also happen. That was also a weird one. Oh, but like the thing is, it's funny because I get also recognized for being Ken's friend. Like,
really?
Ken or Pat's friend.
I didn't know. What?
Yeah. Like, because like they see you guys repost my stuff.
Yeah.
Right, or repost me on the booth. So they're like, oh yeah, like I saw you on Ken's story. Oh yeah, I saw you on Pat's story. So that happens a lot too. Yeah, they'll start off with like, I see your podcast, and then they'll go, yeah, you're like Ken's friend, or like you're Pat's friend. Yeah, so there's that.
Does it happen often?
Not completely often, but like during the time that it was happening, it was happening often.
Damn,
because I went downtown for the first time.
Yeah, dude, this is like the most you've ever been downtown.
Oh yeah, this is the most. Honestly, this is the most I've ever been out in general. Yeah. Because the pandemic and among other things. But yeah, no. The Project U era, I think, was really, really fun. I liked doing the photo shoots. Even though like it was so many of them photo shoots. I had too many of them. Yeah. Wearing that same shirt. I'm sure everyone on my Instagram was so sick of me posting about the shirt.
You gotta be proud of your work.
It's your work, motherfucker.
I only work like twice.
I know. But that was fun, and even like just doing the whole promotions for it. Yeah, like, it was really cool to do.
Now my project year was like, it was fun. Like the photo shoot wise, it was fun. I'm like, oh shit, we're actually creating content. Yeah. Like fuck, I didn't expect it like this. But also just like getting the website, planning everything, getting the design, manufacturing, talking to them, supplies, everything, writing down a fucking Excel sheet for the cost. I'm like, oh my god, bro. Right. You guys would think that sounds tiring, but to me, that's actually fucking fun. Really? Yeah. Oh, like even though you saw me getting stressed,
the way that you started that off was like,
no, that's the point. Okay. It was fun to me. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm actually doing something. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's like I'm diving into something new that I don't know. It's not that I don't know it, but it's like I'm actually implementing the work that I've relatively kind of know. Yeah. And it's like, oh fuck, okay, this is my shit. Yeah. And even though I was stressing, it was like a good type of stress. Like, oh fuck, I'm really trying to figure this out. Right. Because I'm pretty sure old me would have been like, nah, fuck that shit, bro. Right. I am done. Like I would have given up, but Dom literally, he sees me. He was like, we were right here. Yeah. Right. And I'm literally trying to get the website. And I don't know if you saw, I had so many fucking tabs open.
Yeah, he had like 12 tabs open. Not even, maybe more, like 16, like something.
Like, dude, I was trying to figure shit out. I'm like, oh my god. But I'm like, to me, I really honed down. I'm like trying to get it out. And eventually it's out. So if you guys want to purchase one of our shirts, this Project U shirt right here. Yeah. Make sure you guys go click the link in our bio and go purchase it. Very limited sizing. Yes. You know, we're coming out with a new drop coming soon. We just need to like get the designs ready. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I honestly think the one main thing I took away from that was like seeing like the work that we were putting in was like you can pick your stress, you know, like would you rather stress about doing all the schoolwork or would you rather stress about building your business? It's like it's at some point you're gonna have to sacrifice to create something for yourself. Whatever life that you want to create for yourself, right? Like I think that's what I enjoy about all those conversations that you and me had of this is what we want to pursue, this is what we want to achieve. Because without saying those things and then doing the work to get there, it makes the end product, the achievements that more attainable and like accepting, like embracing. Because you know some people go like, oh, but I don't deserve that, or like, oh, but like, I don't know, like I didn't work that hard or whatever the fuck, or like this was too stressful. It's like I think we work so hard to like achieve it and like we really be willing to accept it. Like we can accept those things with open arms that most people don't really. You know?
And like I think the best part about it, about what we did with Project U, I think all of us were willing to fail. Because I mean, like we were struggling as a team at this very start.
We're both like, fuck it.
Yeah, we're like trying to get shit organized and everything, but it was just like it got hard. I'm like, okay, fuck, dude, we gotta integrate this, that, right? We're trying to plan shit out. I was like, oh fuck, and then eventually, like, I took too much of a load, like way too much at that time. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, I can't get it out. I kept pushing. Like I was very hard on myself, but I'm like, dude, I have a team. What the fuck am I doing, right? But yeah, I learned a lot from that Project U era. But I want to talk about this. What? Actually, wait. What's the best thing the podcast has brought you?
My favorite thing the podcast has brought me was probably just the connections we created along the way. Like I love like having Nico as a friend, Jay Sal as a friend, like Sarah as a friend. Like we've made so many friends through the podcast. And like people that have known us because of the podcast, we've met a lot of people and talked to a lot of people because of that too. So it's definitely opened up a lot of conversations that I really enjoy having. Yeah. How about you?
Favorite part, besides connections, like overall, just like, the friends we've made and the amount of friends, or we can call them friends technically in a sense, that we've made in our podcast journey. Because I mean, bro, when we started out, it's like, okay, just Canada knows us. Toronto specifically knows us.
Right.
And then we got DMs like helping people out. They're like, hey, I'm from Europe.
Right, that one live. That one live was crazy.
No, also like the DMs. The requests.
DMs.
The lives were just like, hey, I'm from like Indonesia.
Yeah, that one was fun.
I'm from Indonesia, Switzerland, everywhere, Australia. And we're like, oh my God, we're getting recognized outside of Canada. And it was just crazy to me.
Our reach, we didn't know how far our reach could get.
Yeah, like I knew you can go far. Like just knowing it is one thing, but actually seeing it like happen was different. It's like, oh my God. Damn. Yeah. And then we also made friends with the people from LA, like you, Brandon.
Right.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Through that, episodes. Oh, dude.
I loved having Brandon on too. We got to talk to him soon.
I mean, go check out his podcast. It was Shablu, I
believe. The Shablu cast.
Yeah. Make sure you guys go check out his podcast. But yeah, it's like amount of connections and just overall the amount of memories you made just through other people.
Yeah.
It's like, opens up conversation for new doors and everything. But yeah, so if you guys want to start something, where you put yourself out there more, go ahead and do it. Because I mean, we're kind of doing it still in a sense, and it's opening up new doors that we never expected, like the TV.
Right.
But that's probably one of my favorite things. That
the TV era,
the podcast.
The TV era, which we're now in right now.
Did you ever expect to go clubbing at all in your life?
I did not expect to go clubbing at all because I was, first of all, before I even started clubbing, I don't even want to say I club. First and foremost,
I don't. Technically, now you do.
We go every now and then.
You still you.
Anyways, when we did do the clubbing, before I did the clubbing stuff, was like I was in a very long-term relationship. I didn't like. I knew what the image of the club brings.
Yeah.
Right. Whether we want to say it or not, people in societal terms, when you go to the club, you're initially like you're doing single activities.
Yeah.
Right. You're going there. You're dressing up to essentially like have fun, but also have fun with certain types of people that you want to have fun with. Right. And I was never about that. The way I was raised was like you don't do single activities if you're in a relationship. The way wanted to. That was my ideology, anyways. But after that long-term relationship ended, it wasn't like I went straight away into clubbing. It was like, okay, we're gonna do something fun. Like, I'll give it a shot. You can't turn away things just because you haven't tried it, right? So when we gave it a shot, it was fun. Like, even though I think you and I had separate first.
We did.
So what's it called? First times. Yeah, we had two separate moments, and we both did not enjoy it. But I think together we've had a great time.
Honestly, it depends on the people you're with, 100%.
Right. But I think like every time that we've ever had a good time, it was together.
Yeah.
Did you ever go without me that you were like, oh, this is fun?
It was just the first time.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. Like literally, okay, what was your first
clubbing moment?
Yeah, your favorite clubbing moment.
My favorite clubbing moment. Oh my God, dude. I don't even know. I don't even have one.
Really?
What would you think it would be my favorite one? Oh, what is this? What is that?
That one thing.
Oh, the one time when
this happened, so then that happened, and oh shit, that happened.
Oh,
oh sorry, you can't really say.
Oh, right. When you wingman for me.
Okay, whatever. I guess
you wingman for me. Okay, so let me just clarify with you guys. Well, first of all, I'm not talking to this girl. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I don't expect anything to go further when I meet a girl from the club. It's just for that fun time. Just dancing. We're just dancing.
Yeah.
I don't even make advances towards like, any other physical touch, whatever. But I was like, oh, let's dance. I want to dance with that girl. You take her friend, and then I'll take her. And I was like, this is the perfect moment for me and Ken to finally wingman each other because we love How I Met Your Mother. Yeah. And Ted and Barney are just that duo that like they wingman for one another.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is our shot. This is our chance to try it out.
Without even knowing, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like, you didn't even tell me to wingman. You just said, yo, I want to dance with her. You'll help me.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah, sure.
And it was the funnest thing because I remember when I was like, all right, ready? Let's go. And then Ken had finally grabbed the other girl's hand.
Well, because like, you kept pushing me. I'm like, wait.
I was like, go, man.
But
go.
No, because I knew the cue. I knew the opening.
Okay, let me preface this because there was music that we're playing on, right? And it was like before it was just like hardcore rap.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it got into the R&B stuff. And so I was like, this is the perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah.
But they were like interlocking hands.
Yeah, so like I'm like, I can't just swoop her like that.
Yeah.
So I waited. I'm like, they let go. I'm like, now. And then I went, hey, you want to dance? It's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, we dance. Then things escalated.
Yes, and then so now Ken's taking this girl to go dance, and I'm taking the other one. And she's like, what's going on? I go, well, he's taking her, and I'm taking you. Like that's what's going on.
And then
a lot of things escalated.
Yeah, so now it's like, imagine that without the club.
Nothing happened further. It was really just a dance.
It was a bro moment.
It was more of a bro moment.
It was more of a bro moment than like
it was for us with the girls,
right? Because literally,
like, bro, it's working.
I'm like, oh, like that's what happened in my head. I'm like dancing with them, like, oh my god, you're not. What the fuck has happened? Because like I was still a little tipsy, right? So everything kind of like passed by. I'm like, as soon as I'm with them, like, okay, and then I let go, and then I'm seeing Dom dance with this girl. I'm like, I help with that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, get that shit, bro.
Yeah. And look, again, you can't find love at the club. Just my opinion. I don't think I would ever find, or at least for me personally, I would not find a partner at the club.
Yeah, you can't.
I won't. I don't think I will. If it works for you, it works for you. But
it'll be toxic. Just letting you know.
Just that moment was more of a bro moment. That was it was a very fun moment that we shared. And you know what's funny is like prior to that night at the club, me and Ken had a little like argument. Like there was like something that like had happened, and me and him were like, we had drank to the point where we were like not in our feels, but we were being very honest with each other. And all I heard to Ken was like, bro, I love you. I'm sorry. I love you. And then like he hugged me and I was like, this is the most random setting for this to happen right now.
I remember that shit.
I was like, there's people watching.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Shit, that's my dogs.
But yeah, no, we've had some fun moments that we've shared, like even just the late night munchies after.
Yeah.
You know, we'd eat at Popeyes, A&W. Fun moments.
Actually, I want to tell you guys the first time I went clubbing.
Okay.
Right, because
that was this year.
It was yes. I went through a clubbing era this year.
Yes.
Which is I'm still experiencing it, and honestly, I don't. I'm not gonna say that part.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say that part. I'll tell you after. Just remind me. But yeah, my first time clubbing, literally, it was with my two friends, Simpson and Melissa.
Okay.
Right. Shout out to them who took me because it was impulsive.
Right.
Right. Because I think I just got a haircut or something like a couple days before.
Oh, right.
And I'm like,
that's the reason.
Fuck. And we're all on FaceTime like, yo, you want to go clubbing? Like, fuck you. Because I'm very vulnerable to like say yes.
Yes.
So I ended up saying yes. I was like panicking, anxiety and shit. Like, oh my God, I'm going clubbing. Right. I was already tipsy along going to the club. And then literally it's like we went to a club. I forgot what it was called. But because me and Melissa were like the only Filipinos,
right,
we were kind of just like dancing with each other.
Uh-huh.
And then basically it was just me and her because our friend Simpson went somewhere else.
Uh-huh.
Right. And it was just funny because me and her were just dancing, blah, blah, blah. And then after the club, we were kind of getting hungry. So we ended up leaving the club, just me and her.
Really?
Yeah. We went to Glizzy's at Nathan Phillips. Like,
okay.
you know, those street vendors? We got there and Simpson calls like, yo, where the fuck are you guys? Like, oh, we're in Nathan Phillips Square.
We're getting food.
Yeah, we're getting hot dogs. Right? And he's like, what the fuck? It's like, why didn't you tell me? I'm like, you were busy.
Right.
Like, no, I wasn't. Like, you were with your girl, bro. Like, okay, whatever. But yeah, it was fun, but it was okay.
Yeah.
You know, and then our second time going was with Sarah, right?
Right. And that's actually how we met, Sarah.
Yeah. And that was our first time. Me and Dom actually went to the club together too.
Together, yeah.
And that day was fun, bro.
That was so fun, dude.
Yeah. It was also Odie's first day.
Right.
First time clubbing. Right. And it was Mr. Wolf that we went to. And it was just fun, bro. Like, experiencing the music. I mean, DJ was okay.
Would you encourage clubbing onto the youth? To those turning 19?
Before going clubbing, I would say don't go to the club. You know, it's not that fun. It's just loud music. It's just a very big dance, essentially.
Right.
But now that I've gone, it's like it still is that, right? But it's kind of fun.
Right.
Just I can't do it on like a weekly thing.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
if you're gonna go clubbing, just go at least once a month. That's kind of what we're doing, right? Because it's enough. It's enough.
Yeah.
Clubbing once a month is enough for me.
Right.
Because I'm like, I got shit to do, bro.
Right.
Right. And sometimes that's a time waster. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, man, if you can get in the booth for free, yo, drink that shit.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Drink the drinks. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I personally encourage people to just try things before they shun it away. Yeah, before you judge it. Mm-hmm. Because I definitely was someone that like was like, no, why would you do that? Blah blah blah. But after trying it, I can firmly say it's not as bad as I put it out to be, or as like I thought it out to be.
Yeah.
It was a lot more fun, and I mean, it's just like just a reason to go out and dance.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we just dance for.
Yeah.
No.
Like I'm literally every time I went there, I'm like, I'm here for the music and the boys and like literally we make friends at the club without ever knowing their names.
Yeah.
Like literally like we go in the middle of like AM PM, right? And we grab these dudes like I think
we just turned into hype men. Just
bro, when Sycamore came on,
oh,
that was nice.
It's just you get a moment to just yell and share moments with
literally
like, other guys being complete like
strangers,
just strangers, but also like meatheads.
It's like
just yelling.
You just bond. You're just like this, like jamming out like this and shit, and it's just fun.
Yeah,
right. And then the day's done. You just like go eat food, go in the Uber, sleep in the Uber. It's a good vibe.
It's a nice rush of emotions that you should experience once in a while.
As long as you don't get too drunk,
right?
Then it's gonna be a fun night.
Yeah. What are some eras that you've lived out personally, Ken, that you want to touch on?
A fuck ton, bro.
Yeah. Let's start from the beginning of the year and then move on.
Beginning of the year. Let's see if I can January. Remember, January. Started school again, and then
how's the school era? How's that? How's the student?
I mean, technically, I'm still in it again, right?
Right. But like, how is it right now?
Fucking disgusting.
Right.
Shit, dude. Like literally, Yeah, luckily I'm online compared to others where they're like in person, but it's like I still don't want to do the group work, bro. Because everything in marketing right now is group work, and I fucking hate that shit. Because I mean, I gotta wait for this person. I gotta, and usually no one ever talks, so I'm the one organizing it, right? But school era sucks. Always sucks. I give it a rating of like 5 out of 10.
Okay.
Only reason 6 if I'm being generous, but only say 5 is because I've made friends, right? And then February, what happened in February? Oh, the creative meetups and shit.
Okay.
That's where we made like a bunch of new friends, or not friends, but a bunch of new connections.
I would say, how was your fashion era? You as a designer, your designer era.
I'm still in it.
Again, like, but I feel like the eras are like stuff that you're technically still in, but like
yeah. But honestly, right now it's like more prominent just because I started making pants and stuff.
Okay.
Or like starting making stuff from scratch, and it's fun. I've gotten a lot of good like response to it. Like a lot of people like fuck with my shit. Right. I'm not trying to like gloat or anything, but it's like I get messages, right? And like it's great because I've already connected. Like this year alone, I've been able to call like the people I looked up to growing up, like in Toronto, like creative wise. I'm now friends with them.
Wow.
Yes, like I can hit them up and whatever. They've always told me that. And eventually, I was supposed to do like not a pop up, but like part of a pop up.
Right.
But like it fell through just because like it didn't happen. But it's like the fact that he even tried to help me get into it, right? Because he offered. I didn't ask. He offered it.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, it's like I reached out to like other people on how to make other stuff, and they've helped me. And yeah, no, this designer era is really, really cool because I'm like, in my opinion, I think I'm onto something big.
Yeah.
Right. It's like I do want to be creative when I die. Right. That's all I want to be labeled as.
What would you say is your biggest takeaway from like just you pursuing fashion and your designing?
Shit, man, stop thinking and just go to work.
Right.
Because I mean, like, in terms of life, yeah, I don't give a fuck. But in terms of the shit that I create,
your art
style. my art style and everything, I care more.
Yeah.
Right. Because like it's not that I wanted to appeal to the general public, but it's like I want to get everything down and make it perfect in my eyes.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just like I gotta relax a bit. Because I'm gonna make mistakes and I just have to do it. Right. Because before I used to hold back a lot on trying to make the designs. And like I don't know, man. Like I used to be all talk on like my designs, and now it's like I literally just shut up and I started making pants and like, oh shit, it's not as hard as I thought it out to be.
Right.
I'm like, at least the ones that I want to make, they're not as hard.
Right, but would you say that because there are times that you're overthinking it, that once you've overcome that hurdle, it's a lot more gratifying than it would be if you didn't give a fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know how you said, like, yeah, I cared more, but then it was like, oh, I should just relax a bit. But I feel like because you care so much more, once you've overcome that part, like you do the overthinking and then you get it out.
Yeah.
It's more
rewarding.
More rewarding than it is.
It's like I was going so hard at myself. I'm like, no, dude, it's not that hard.
Right.
And it's just me to stop overthinking.
Yeah.
Right. But honestly, the best part about design and just making stuff in general is that I was able to get into my flow state consistently. Yes. And honestly, the flow state is gonna be your best friend.
Yeah.
Right. Because once you're in it, you're out. I feel like I'm just in like a garden. I feel like I'm in my own field, tending to my own garden.
Right. Wow.
Like my music's in there. I'm just like doing my work.
Yeah.
Right. Phone's out. I'm zoned in on this.
Yeah.
And I don't care how much time it passes. Like literally the pants I made recently from like, I think 6 to 2 o'clock in the morning, I was working on it and I'm like, oh shit, it's 2.
Right.
I'm like, damn, that's a lot of time.
Right.
But it's because I'm starting out. But it's like, that shit was fun. And it just zoomed by quick.
What other eras are there?
Let's see. I had a tattoo era. I'm still.
All right. Sorry.
I still have my tats. Matter of fact, I'm getting a tattoo in like 2 days.
Tattoo, piercings. You're a whole.
Oh shit, piercing! I forgot about this shit.
You're like a whole different person, honestly, since the beginning of the year to now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think we both are, but like.
Yeah.
I can say that for you.
I grew up my hair.
Yeah, it's
I've grown out my hair because I'm like.
Yeah. Did you see our comment? We had a comment that was about our hair. It was like,
Dominic
can look fresh. Yeah.
I'm like. Thanks, bro.
I'll take that, man. I'll take that.
I forgot to respond to that, I think. Yeah. But yeah, it's like I went through a whole transformation.
Right. Would you say did you want to talk on the situations or
I mean, sure, why not?
Okay.
Yeah, literally from I think my summer, right? I was in a small situationship. I mean, if she's watching, I hope you're still doing great. right? Still doing your best.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I still wish the best for you.
That's nice of you.
Right. But yeah, like it was fun. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it helped me learn to state boundaries and everything if I wanted to.
And communicate.
Yeah, and communicate a little more, right? And it was through her that I was able to learn that, right? And luckily, it wasn't like prolonged because I feel like old me would have stayed.
Right.
But instead, I'm like, nah, I kind of want to address this.
What are your thoughts on situationships right now?
It's tough. Situationships are tough, bro.
Right.
Because it's like, I want more, but I don't know if you want more. Right. And then you're stuck in this like weird limbo.
Yeah.
And it's like, are we going to work out or not? And so you kind of just like, you just keep going with it. If you're emotionally attached like me, or if you're a simp or a lover boy, it's like you want to stay a little longer to see if it's going to work out.
Yeah.
Right. But you got to know the fine line.
A lot of blurry lines.
Yeah. So you got to like stand straight with that. Right. Be firm on what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a fun era. Yeah.
Any other eras? You're driving. You.
Oh yeah.
I got my
G2 era. I forgot about that. Which honestly I should have failed my second attempt. But yeah, the government can't take that away from me.
A win is a win.
Literally. Shout out to that dude who I'm not gonna say his name, just in case.
Shout out to him for passing you.
Yeah, the guy with 2 relationships.
Yes.
Crazy, and 7 kids. I remember him. My dogs, bro.
Any other eras?
Any other eras?
Gym era?
Oh, dude, that was like before summer.
Yeah.
Like I think from summer up until December is when I was just having fun.
This guy was posting him deadlifting like 3 plates.
Oh, my PRs.
Yeah.
My PR era, bro. Literally. Dude, I still have 1 PR to hit. One more. So literally I've hit I take you 2. I've hit my deadlift PR already, which was at the beginning was 315. Now I can pull like 405, I believe.
Nice.
Right?
Jesus.
And then for bench press, the most I can do is 205. So like a 45 and a 35. But I'm trying to aim for 2 plates. So I have less than a month to do that. And then 3 plates on a squat. I have not achieved that yet, which I'm very much surprised about myself. I'm very pissed about. I'm like, you have strong legs. You can do it.
Right.
But yeah, gym era, I'm trying to get back on that. Starting before the new year. Because I feel like if you try to set goals as soon as the year starts, you've already lost. Right. So might as well set them before like December and start. So then by the time New Year comes, it's like you already have the habits intact.
Yeah.
Right. That's just like my perception.
Yeah.
But yeah, any other eras that I have that I'm trying to remember? Oh, meeting new people. August and September alone, I've met a lot of wonderful people, created and connected with them. Right. And yeah, that shit was fun. By meeting new people, like, dude, shout out to the Calgary girl. Oh my God. met her. I'm not hung up. I'm like, yo, if you're ever in Toronto,
right?
Shout out to her if she even watches this.
Right.
What was your favorite era of your 2022?
Oh, I don't know if I have a favorite era. Oh, actually, I do. I do have a favorite era. I can go on that. My favorite era was like, I guess my main character. Like I just like, it was like on a day-to-day basis that I was like, okay, we're working towards something. Like something's happening.
Yeah.
On some form. Like. For example, I had a Taekwondo era. I think that was my favorite, the martial arts era, because what's it called? We did do like a demonstration that we were working on for a month. Yeah. And I was also doing like a little like action sequence with my boy Josh. Shout out to Josh Aries. And just a lot of things that like transpired. Like I did the demo. We performed in front of everybody. It's always fun. It was our first one back in 3 years. And prepping for that was different because I was sick for a whole week.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to like somehow like fathom a lot of pain. Because by the time that I did perform, my knee buckled, my ankles were like weak, and my body was just super, super weak. And somehow we pulled through. I remember like limping, like going there and then limping, finishing. But like as soon as I got there, I was like, my mind just flipped the switch and I performed. And then
what about your school?
Right.
School
I did have school. That was, I think that one was a lot more tougher because like it was the ending of something.
Yeah. And
I was like, I remember being really holed up into my basement here, not talking to anybody.
Yeah.
Just trying to like get everything out, finished. I almost got, I almost got in trouble for an assignment.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Because I was trying to rush it, and then I did something. Anyways, I did something bad.
I was okay. Never mind.
I can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Right. I can't talk about it. I did something bad. Almost got in big trouble for it. But we pulled through, you know. It just ended off like I just wanted to pass because I think I was still grieving during that time.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know what, just pass. I didn't even go to my graduation, which is tough. I wish I did now. But yeah, no. One thing I wanted to go back to my taekwondo stuff was I competed for the first time in
you did
like 8 years. And
how was that?
That one, you know, weirdly enough, it was just to overcome a lot of like just inner child things. Because like, yeah, my dad had passed like about almost a year ago now, and I just like wanted to do it for him.
Yeah,
because he had witnessed the last tournament I competed at and I lost, so I wanted to like avenge my loss and do it for him.
Superhero storyline.
Yeah, so then when I had like won it, and it was a very like last minute decision. I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna sign myself up just because I don't want to regret it later. And then for that whole week prior, I was like just training as much as I can, performed, trained, like fought. It was super fun for me. And then by the end of it, when I won, I like broke down crying because I was like dedicating it to him, which was a very, very emotional moment for me. And like it was fun because me, my brother Janelle, and my like one of my best friends Jacob, we all won one gold. He came back with gold, so that was a fun moment. Yeah.
And then after that night, you went clubbing.
After that night, I did go clubbing. Literally, like I came there at like 8 a.m. And then was there since 8, coaching until 11 o'clock. Then I competed until 12. And then 12 a.m. I drove, took an Uber, went to the club until like fucking like what? 3:30?
3:30, 4 a.m. roughly.
Yeah.
So, it was 4 a.m. last call. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was almost like...
So you were up for like how long?
That was ridiculous. That was up for what, like almost 24 hours. Basically,
honestly, I didn't expect you to pull up to come. Like, I know you're tired.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you could pull.
And then right after that, went on set.
Yeah,
I was up for 20 hours and then went on set. I had a little like film, like my film stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even know what era to call that, but I did acting a little bit during that month too.
Acting era?
I wish it was prolonged. It was shortly lived because things just didn't like. I only auditioned for one role this year. I definitely want to audition for more next year, but this year I only auditioned for one role, and it was the lead role. And I honestly, I was happy enough that I got understudy, just because like I don't really act.
Yeah,
I'm just an amateur, and I got understudy, and I was going to be on set, and then like their main guy was okay, and I was like, damn, it's okay, it's tough, but
next one.
It is on to the next. Forget the rest, it's okay. But I was on set too at some point for Kyle's film, which is gonna be coming out soon in opportune timing.
Oh damn, I didn't even know
which was really fun to work on. I had a journaling and reading era. I think that was a solid like 2-3 months straight of just like it was my healing stage too at the same time. I learned a lot of things. A lot of things because it was my time to grieve. And you know, it was a mixed era because it was my grieving point, right, for my dad, and then it was my heartbreak era.
Yeah. So I was just gonna ask you about that.
It was my heartbreak era and then my healing era. So it was like all things blended into one. Yeah.
How hard was the heartbreak era?
You know, honestly, it wasn't hard.
Oh shit. Okay, that's actually kind of new coming from like your past. I'm like, hey, yo, I've seen you get heartbroken before. I'm like, this one I did not expect it to be like this.
No, don't get me wrong. Like I cried and I was a little like, you know, down about it. But at the end of the day, I took so much accountability. Yeah. Like I feel like when at least for me personally, is when you look in the mirror at yourself and you realize you've made so many mistakes and it's why the relationship didn't work out, then only can you really mature after the breakup and you can take that and accept it faster, right? When you're like so headstrong and like, I wasn't the reason for the breakup and it was her fault or his fault or just playing the blame game, then you're never going to really truly heal for the breakup. And I felt like because I had gone through that faster of like journaling straight up just was like taking full accountability. Like, this is your fault. This is where you need to work on.
Yeah.
Then it never came up to me like, oh, wow, like I'm still heartbroken about it. It was like, no, like I looked at my mistakes and I've been working on it. So I don't see that. Yeah, it was definitely a lot easier this time around. Even though it was 2 years.
Yeah.
People look at me like 2 years. That's so long to be with somebody. Like, how do you like move on from that? How do you move on from that? You don't move on right away. I'm gonna tell you that much.
Really? Why?
You don't move on right away. Like, as in, like, you don't move on to the next person right away.
Yeah.
You move on to the next person right away. You're just like, at least in my eyes, you're suppressing your feelings.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to
problems.
You know, the green is grass or elsewhere. So you just try to do that instead of like working on your internal work. So for me, I followed a 3-month rule and I just tried to, give myself that self-love. Yeah.
So then I was following the heartbreak era a couple months down later. What would you call this? Can we speak about that or not?
Oh, I guess so.
Well, what would you call that era? Whatever this is.
This era, I would,
getting to know people.
I would call it my nomad era. We're just exploring. Like, we're just I'm a free soul, I'm not. I don't even know what to call it, I guess, but I've just been venturing out. I've just been trying to get to know people. I don't really.
Yeah.
I'm not putting too much emphasis on any of these people that I'm meeting and talking to. I'm just like, if anyone likes me, they like me. I don't really care too much.
Yeah.
Personally, like, I've detached myself enough from like, the way they value me is how I seek my value. I know my value as a person, and it'll be whatever it'll be. Yeah.
Okay, then sorry. What about your what do you call it? Like, you're meeting new people era, like when you finally started going out more.
Oh, what would you even call it? My social butterfly era?
Yeah, sure. Let's call it that. What was your social butterfly era like?
I did learn a lot on how to socialize with people. I did write that in my journal too. It's like, I'm gaining more confidence. I'm like learning how to socialize because I hated small talk for the longest time, and I still kind of do. But at least now I'm better at it.
Okay.
And it's good. Like, I can create conversations with anybody. I've learned that from Ken. So here we are. I mean, at the start of the year, I did have a lover boy era.
Yeah.
When I was still in that relationship, which was fun while it lasted. Yeah, but I think that's all the eras for me. I think. Okay,
rate your 2022, like all eras combined, like 1 out of 10.
Loverboy era was a 7. Heartbreak era was an 8.
Okay.
Journaling and reading, 10 out of 10. Social butterfly, 10 out of 10. Film, 7.5 out of 10. Could have been better. Taekwondo era, 9 out of 10. Clubbing era. Clubbing era, 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I would say my what was it called? My gym era right now is 9 out of 10.
Solid.
A lot of improvements everywhere. Yeah. So out of all of 2022 and the eras that we've lived in, what would you say is your favorite? Personally. Give me that. This guy gave the craziest look. Like, all you Spotify listeners, this guy went, Yeah.
I mean, besides that, but one of my favorite era, my design era.
I like that.
My design era is my favorite era that I've had all year.
Right.
Just because, like, I'm breaking my own boundaries.
Right.
And it's like, it's getting me to new places. I'm connecting with the people that I always want to connect with.
Right.
Meeting new friends. And it's like, I know I have the utilities and I have the resources. I have the network to really get to where I need to be. So it made me open up my eyes a little more. Because now I'm progressing faster than I would have a couple of years back. Yeah, I would say that's my favorite era. What was your favorite era of 2022?
Weirdly enough, my favorite era was the podcast. Because I talked about this before on a podcast, and it was a quote from, if I'm not wrong, Vic Blends. He's like, he said, "Who are you if you can't do what you're passionate in?"
Yeah.
Right. And so this is what we do. Like, even though like this has nothing to do with my martial arts, this has nothing to do with film. this is basically just me expressing who I am, what are my beliefs today, my philosophies, my ideologies. So this part is my favorite part.
Yeah.
And this was my favorite era. What would you say is your least favorite era?
Ooh. That's a tough. Oh, school, 100% school.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like beginning of my fall term this year, I told my mom I want to drop out. My mom hit me with the, do it for me.
Damn.
You know, you have one more year left. Just finish it. I'm like,
wow.
And my aunt backed her up too. It's like, just do it for your mom. I'm like, fine, mom.
Fine.
I'll thug it out for the rest of the year. But that's it.
Right.
Because you're not paying for my school.
Right.
I am.
Right.
You know, it's like, get the degree, I'm gone. Right. Like, I'm still going to use like my stuff, but that was probably, school is just very stressful. It's taking up a lot of shit. Right. But yeah, that's my least favorite era. What was your least favorite era of 2022?
I think my least favorite era would probably be my heartbreak. I feel like I could have gone without that one. But I know every era, good or bad, I needed it.
Yeah.
I think you and I have come so far as individuals. You know, how would you say you changed in the past year?
A lot, bro.
in what way do you notice the most that you changed this year? That you're proud of.
Oh, that I'm proud of.
Yeah.
I would say that I think I'm more expressive or vulnerable in a sense, where it's like I'm opening up a little more than I would have before, where it's like if you guys look at the previous podcast before, like grow up, like year one, I wasn't like as open. Yeah. Right. It's like, but now it's like, oh shit, I can actually talk about a lot of fucking shit. And like, I talk a little more on the podcast than I used to. So I would say I've become more vulnerable. I've noticed. Right. Cause I mean, like I'm sharing emotions. Like, ugh, that's fucking weird.
Right.
Right. It's like, not that I can't talk about it. It's like, if I had a choice before, you know, I wouldn't talk about it. It's like, it's whatever to me. Right. But now it's like, I actually enjoy talking about feelings. I talk about life, lessons, everything.
Yes. Right.
It's like, I've become more of like the person I needed to be when I was younger.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Like that. Healing the inner child.
What about you?
I like that. What was it? What was the main takeaway for me? It's not that I feel like it is that easy.
Yeah.
That's the thing I learned the most is it is that easy. Whatever I've ever like overthought about, it is that easy to do.
Yeah.
Like obviously it's hard. Don't get me wrong. Things are difficult. Anything great is difficult, but it is as easy as making the decision to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's also just as easy to say no. So just focus on whatever you want to do and just make the choice to do it.
And it's not that complicated that you make it out to be in your head.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that's the main thing because when it came to just like anything that I set my mind to this year, I really took it seriously.
Yeah.
Because I think after my dad had passed, I had this new switch in my brain where it's like, do things wholeheartedly, and with full effort, because if you don't, then you'll die not trying.
Yeah.
You know?
You'll die with regret. And then you'll be like one of those old people who are like, you know that book or like that saying, it's like, oh, these are the 5 regrets of the dying.
Yes.
Like you'll be one of those.
Yeah.
Literally.
So like literally everything that I've ever put out into, even just after my heartbreak, I think if I didn't go full steam ahead at this is what I need to do to heal, and I did it healthily, right? Like maybe you guys see me clubbing, maybe you guys see this whatever on social media, and you think, oh, this guy, he didn't heal properly, he's acting out. But you guys didn't see for that straight, like 2 months straight, I was head in the books, you know, head down, just deep in my work. You know, not a lot of people see that. So yeah, and it is just that easy to do anything that you ever set your mind to.
Literally.
Yeah. But no, what is your favorite era from maybe us individually, if you guys have been following us for a while? What is your favorite era for yourself in 2022? And like, what is your favorite moment that you've seen from the podcast? Because I'm genuinely curious too.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys can like stitch or duet that'd be great. Because like because we filmed a lot, we kind of don't remember a lot, but probably you guys do.
Yeah.
So if you have a favorite moment from the podcast, post it, share it,
By all means.
tag us.
Yeah. That's been it. That's been the podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Tune into our Spotify. Our socials will be in the link. Our socials will be linked in the description below.
And make sure to watch our TV show, The Booth Pod. I will link it also as well.
Yes.
And honestly, if you guys enjoy it, like, feel free to watch it. It's free, literally, and it's just the podcast, but on TV.
Yes, please go support us there, because without you guys, we wouldn't have gotten opportunities like that. Yep. So please continue to support us. It like really goes a long way, and we don't ever brush it off. Like we take it all into account. So yeah, follow us. Our socials will also be in the description below. That's been Dom.
Ken.
Peace out.